This is an upright F1 dive bomb Mallard Decoy, and we're going to do some short burst on this thing. And this thing has a lot of power. There's a lot of pulling tension on this line. I'm holding it with my left hand, and I'm just going to let the line kind of go through my hand, stop it with my hand. Let it swim on out there. Pretty awesome decoy. What you're seeing is a cinder block. I'm in real clear water so you can see. I'm in knee-deep water. And that's the, what I used last year was that cinder block because it worked well. You can tie this thing to a tree. You can tie it to a robo pole. You can tie it to a piece of metal, anything that you want to use, but it just needs to be heavy enough that it does not drag. And on the front of it, I've got a short rope. It's about 1 foot long. You don't want to tie a real long rope to it because you'll defeat the purpose. And this is your first clip, and that is the only knot that's in this thing. And that clip has secondary retention to it right here. And that line is run through that knot so that way you don't lose that clip. And this is a piece of 25-foot bungee cord. And I tried a lot of it. Most of it was junk. It had memory to it. And once you stretched it out, it just didn't have any pulling power. And this is our rope socket. And your bungee cord runs up through that rope socket. There's a knot right there. It's got a hole drilled through it with a clip in it. And then this is aircraft cable with a ferrule, electrical adhesive shrink wrap with F26. And there's wires there so that way you can handle it in the dark when your hands are cold. You're not messing with a piece of string. And then here's your wire, and it's hooked into your swim line, which goes to your first decoy. That's number 30, net coat twine. And there is a 3/8 hole. And that decoy right there, that's where your line goes. Only to the front of the decoy, not to the back. This is your midline. There's another piece of adhesive shrink wrap covering a knot. It goes back to your rear decoy. Same deal, 3/8 hole. This is your tail line. And your tail line goes to your aircraft cable again. Ferrule, shrink wrap. Comes right here. This is your end of your line. It hooks to your pull line. That's a piece of 3/16 nylon. It floats, and it has a ferrule under there with shrink wrap and F26. All this shrink wrap has F26 under it. And walk right down our pull line. And this stuff floats. It needs to float. That way it's not sinking, getting tangled up. I got tied to the back of the party boards. And it's just around a regular rope winder. Throw it in the water, and it floats. That way it doesn't sink. It's knotless. It's really water dynamic. It'll go through the water, doesn't drag your decoys down, and your bungee cord that you got on here will last a while. These are Avian-X on the Mallard Chaser Line. And we're up close on them. Going to give you a little demonstration of what they look like. A little short burst right there. Just stopping it with my hand. And it just let them swim on out there. Really great action. You can also use this thing as a jerk line. All right, I've got our shaker line in my hand. And this is the line floating on the water right here in front of me. And I'm going to show you how this stuff will feed. You just let it go. No tangles. That line is awesome. These are 2 Avian-X decoys on the Mallard Chaser Shaker Line. And we're going to use this thing as a shaker. And that's just a little bit of hand action right there that I'm doing with it. You can see what kind of motion you get out of it, and they do a great job.